Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash the like button. I want to talk about SIM swaps, which is a tactic that hackers are using now to get a hold of people's phone numbers. Because now we have the process of using two-factor authentication. Security codes come to our phones when we're logging into our crypto exchanges or even our bank account or many other things, right? So that's a tactic they're trying to do where they contact your phone carrier once they know your number, your name, and pretend to be you and have your number ported over to a new phone, which they have a hold of, and essentially they can then try to access all your private accounts and information, and of course your crypto if it's sitting on an exchange. So this is something that's been on the rise. We've been seeing it in the news, right? There's different cases and lawsuits taking place. Like, for example, a student gets 10-year jail term for SIM swap crypto thefts worth $7.5 million. Alleged SIM swap crypto thief indicted for hacking over 50 U.S. victims. Victim sues AT&T T-Mobile over SIM swap crypto hacks. So this has actually been on the rise, and the feds here in the United States, I know they've been paying more attention to this, and but you want to make sure you do what you can to protect your phone. And obviously your crypto. So what are some steps you can take to protect yourself? Well, first, do not make your cell number public. If you're going to use your cell number for your security, your backup, for your bank account, crypto exchanges, and so forth, you don't want to make that public. You don't want to put it on forums, social media. Don't put it on Twitter or whatever it may be. Don't give it out to strangers you don't know. If you do need to give a number out to the public, use a Google Voice number. It's free to set up and it forwards to your main number. So once again, avoid putting your number on the internet so people can access it. Absolutely, you want to utilize a PIN number or some sort of passcode with your phone carrier, so that if anyone calls in, even yourself, you have to give that PIN number in order to make changes. And most U.S. phone carriers they offer you the option of putting a PIN or a passcode on your account. So I highly recommend you do that, guys. You can also have two phones. I personally have two phones. I have my main one that I use, and I have one that I have with my Google two-factor authentication on there, where it's offline, so to speak, but I use Wi-Fi, obviously. But it's in my home. It's not like around with me. But you can get two numbers, obviously. So keep that in mind. You can have two phones. And remember, when you think about your crypto and your personal information and so forth, crypto could be valued into the hundreds of thousands, even into the millions. So it may be worth the cost, right, to have that extra phone. And you can also utilize an offline device for two-factor authentication, an unconnected phone, tablet, or iPad, where, once again, that stays in your home, or it's not something that someone can actually get a hold of or access to it, because there's no number on it. And if you are a victim of a SIM swap attack or hack, and your smartphone suddenly stops working, no messages and so forth, you need to contact your carrier immediately. Go to maybe the nearest office or storefront, I should say, and call them on another number, because you need to get that resolved quickly, because those hackers, they're ready to move fast. As soon as they get access, they're going to try to get into your exchange and all your personal information. So just keep that in mind. Now, some other security tips that I think generally we've talked about on my channel that you should always keep in mind. It is best to utilize a hardware wallet, such as a Ledger Nano X. I have multiple. I still have my Ledger Nano S's, and a hardware wallet will, of course, take your crypto off the exchange, which I highly recommend, and put it on the hardware wallet. It's in here, your private keys and so forth. So it will give you peace of mind, and you don't even have to worry about, even if a SIM swap attack happens to you, your crypto's offline. And I know some cryptos don't have support as yet, but get as much of your crypto off the exchanges. Of course, utilize two-factor authentication both for your exchange logins and your email. So you have 2 layers, guys. Avoid sharing the email you use for your Exchange logins publicly. I personally have separate emails. Like I use a separate email for my bank account, a separate email to my Exchange logins, and then my, the one I give to people. Like, yeah, email me it here. I don't use the same email. I highly recommend you guys do that. This way, it's essentially a secret as to what login you use for your different exchanges. And of course, exchanges allow you to do IP whitelist. So you can essentially say no withdrawals can happen on any IPs except this one, right? And so that means if the hacker is trying to get into your account and withdraw funds, they can't because it's blocked by the IP. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. And I'll put the list of these items here in the description of the video so you can read through them. But you certainly want to protect yourself, and this is something that's been on the rise and growing. So keep in mind. And just to reiterate, don't make your cell number public. If you need to put a number public, maybe get a second number or use a Google Voice, get a second phone or use a Google Voice number, which is free. Make sure you have a PIN or a passcode on your carrier account. Like I said, you can have 2 phones and also utilize a offline device for your 2-factor authentication. So guys, would love to hear what you think about this. Do you think I missed anything on this list? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. If you found this video helpful, please share it on social media so we can help people, educate folks to protect themselves against things like this. Because you can expect this to be on the rise as crypto becomes more mainstream. Hackers are going to try to get this and get access to your phone. And as you see, the headlines, it's happening. It is happening, guys. It's not something that's like here or there, just a little bit. It's on the rise. So thank you once again, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll talk to you all later.